Uh, I had heard about it already, but um, it's a good fight. It's a good fight. Everybody keeps complaining about Keith Thurman's ring rust, but he's a guy that's never really showed ring rust, and he's always, since his prime, since his biggest wins, I think in 2015, he's always fighting once a year. So that's still seems the way he likes it. It's a little different if a guy is being held out or a guy having a bunch of injuries, and or a guy wants to fight and he's not getting dates. But he seems to be a guy that this is just his the way he operates. Like he likes to sit out a little while and let the buzz come in his game. And then when you see him fight, he looks sharp. So ring rust don't seem to affect him. So um, I don't make ring rust excuses for guys that choose to sit out. So it seems like he doesn't like being an active fighter. I'm not criticizing him or anything like that. I just feel like that he's a guy that he's at his place in his life in his career to motivate him, and he just fighting 2 or 3 times a year doesn't seem to interest him. So I expect it to be a good fight because he's been at the top level with some good guys, and every time he fights, he puts on a good show. And he's seen rough, hard fighters similar to Zoo because he fought Sean Porter. If you remember, he fought I forget his name, but early in his title run, he fought a guy that was knocking everybody out. Forget his name. And even though he lost, he fought Pacquiao. So Thurman
Captain
is used
speaking. The
to
airplane on our
aggressive
gate is
fighters.
approaching
So
back. There is a little
I
as they
favor
clear it out,
Zoo,
we'll be
a little
taxiing on
younger, a
over. I
little
do
bigger,
appreciate your patience. We do
you know.
apologize
But
for the later arrival
I
here in
think
Port
that he's
Liberty.
gonna have to cut his work. He got his work cut out for him. Because Thurman he's not a stick and mover, but he's a moving puncher. He's always punching and moving, and nobody wants to fight a guy that's always punching and moving. Because you got to constantly use a lot of energy to get to him. So I think it's gonna be a good fight. It's a good clash of style.
Um, who do you favor in that fight? Obviously, Keith's moving up in weight for this fight. And the odds are crazy. They got him plus 800.
I favor Tim Zoo. I favor
How?
Tim Zoo going to fight.
Decision?
I would say decision. I don't think Tim Zoo is the puncher that everybody try to make him out to be. I think he can punch, but I don't think it's like lights out, one punch kind of power. Um, but I favor him to win. He does something real clever. He knows how to be aggressive, but he can be an aggressive counter puncher. So he comes up on you and he makes you punch, and then he counter punches you. And I think that that can cause Thurman some problems because um, the way Thurman fights, he's always bouncing, and Zoo can make him fall in and counter punch him. So I think he has the edge. And Zoo's also a really good body puncher. He doesn't neglect the body. And Thurman, that's Thurman's
Weak spot.
Achilles heels, his kryptonite when you go to his body. So maybe Zoo.
Mm. Um, and you don't think by stoppage, you think that Keith's a dog and can
Uh,
duke it out?
I Zoo by decision.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you on that. There was a little glitch. I couldn't hear you.
I said I favor Zoo by decision.
Zoo by decision. What
Yep.
does this fight mean for both of these guys? You think? I mean, obviously, you kind of spoke a little bit upon what excites Keith. But in my behalf, Keith really wants to be a welterweight. Obviously, this fight's I guess at 155. Um,
Oh,
is
is
he?
it? I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
It's
I, I
it's, it's
I
not for Zoo's title.
I thought it was for Zeus title.
Oh wow,
The
I
my
didn't know that.
actually don't quote me. That my chat said it to me. A lot of my
Oh,
chat said it to me, like at least like four different people. And normally when it's like that, coach, they're on point. You know what I'm saying?
wow. I
Um,
didn't I didn't hear anything about a catch weight. I don't understand why it would be a catch weight if the guy's moving up, but I
thank
don't
you.
know.
Thank
I
you.
didn't hear anything about a catch weight
What does
fight.
that sound like though, Coach? Like in like 155. Like does the obviously Thurman needs it? Needs the pound?
Listen, you know what? I don't even want to comment on it because if we just going by, what somebody's saying on the internet, if there's no validation to it, so let's
Let's
find
leave it
out
at
if it's
that.
true or not. Because I
Let's
don't,
leave it at that. Yeah.
yeah, I don't even know. Like, I don't want to go on a rumor and then I make a comment and it just let's just see what's really going on with the fight.
Per se, if it was though.
A catch weight, I would think it has something to do with the sanctioning bodies. Because I can't
Mm.
see why Thurman wouldn't be able to make 154. You know what I mean? Been fighting welterweight. I would think it was a sanctioning body thing, like him not being ranked or something like that.
Okay.
But I don't know. I don't want to speculate.
True. True. Um the chances of Keith Thurman stealing a win, right? Obviously this fight's in Vegas. It's gonna be in Vegas. Not too much of an advantage for anybody here. What do you think? You think that Keith can pull away a victory just off of the style? Say if he can take the punching power of Zoo, is that the main
I think he
problem?
can win the fight. I think he can win the fight, but I look at it opposite. I think that Zoo is gonna have a lot of fans here from Australia, and they're gonna be really loud, and he's gonna have the fan side on his side. Actually,
Because he's
I
more
don't think
active.
Thurman's gonna have
Yeah.
the fight because he's more of an active fighter. He's more of an aggressive fighter, and I think the Australians are gonna come out for him. So I think that they're going to carry the crowd over Thurman's fan.
Does this make Zoo a superstar if he gets Thurman out of there?
I say a star. Superstar is a big word, but I say a
That
star.
is a big word. Yeah, that is a big word.
Yeah, I say a star. He's still got some more to go, but he's going in the right direction.
Now, does if Keith Thurman wins, does that bring attention to Terrence Crawford?
Yep. I think it's a chess move. Actually, I think that
Me
if he
too.
wins, it's a big fight for Crawford at 154 or Spence at 154. I think he's running with them two guys if they win.
Now, Coach, I spoke upon this. Some people said, "Yo, he don't need to." What are your thoughts on it? I felt like this is a move, a chess move that I could have seen Boots do. Go up and down real quick just to get this Crawford fight.
I think that I think that when people say that about Boots, I think that you can only fight or get the opportunity that's presented to you. So it's easy to say, well, just go up or just go here, but they have to present the opportunities to you. So I don't think Boots would not fight Tim Zoo, but I think that is Thurman's an easier fight. So the opportunity got presented to Thurman. So we got to respect the opportunity that's being presented. He may not have any opportunities at 54. Let's see if Tim Zoo offers Boots a title shot before we say just move up and just go up there and not fight anybody. We got to see. So it's a little more to it than just moving up. He hasn't had the opportunity presented to him. We don't hear about any big names presenting him uh, real opportunity. We don't hear about it. So until that happens, what is he going to do? Just move up and just fight non-title fights? Just walk around looking for a big fight? You got to get the opportunity. You got to get the call. Somebody got to send you a contract. There's more to it than that. Rollie and Cruz, I like Rollie in that fight. I think he's a little too big.
Little too big in that fight,
Yeah, I think he's a little too big. Yeah,
and you like the fight.
it's a good fight. It's a good fight. Nobody throw a jab. They're gonna be trying to knock each other's head off.
Fifty
But I
fifty
like
fight,
Rollie. 50-50, but I like Rollie. I just think he's a much bigger guy than Cruz. Cruz a big, itty bitty guy. So I think Rollie should be too big.
and that's the big measurement. That's the big difference maker there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that just the size. Rollie's a big guy, man. I don't know how he makes that weight. He should be a welterweight. He's big, man.
Mhm.
Heavy muscle density.
Right, right, and the movement of Rolly, he was able to move around with Barroso. You think he'd probably be able to do the same thing with a Cruz?
and you just can't just walk Rollie down because he can punch. Heard what Tank said about his power. So Cruz's game is to walk guys down, but you gotta be careful because Rollie can hurt him.
Mm, yeah.
But I think it's a close fight. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a draw, but if you twist my arm, I would take Rollie.
Mm, I like it. I like it.